Hello everybody, it's your favorite movie review twink, Young Chuck. I've just finished my viewing experience of the 2005 film Sin City, directed by Robert Rodriguez. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What a fucking slobber knocker that was. Well, I don't know. It's different than the normal sort of thing that I would watch. Lots of torture, lots of killing, blood, deep voices, just unconsensual sex and just boobs. So it was a lot. It was a lot for a fragile flower like myself to handle. And I think that if you suggested that I watch this movie, if this was a movie that you suggested that I watch, I think you are a sick, perverted freak, and you should probably seek therapy. No judgment, but, that's just I have a bachelor's degree, not in psychology, but just a bachelor's degree, and that's my educated guess as to what you should do if Sin City is a movie that you are like, oh yeah, that's fucking my shit. I mean, okay, hold on though, because now I'm sounding like it wasn't a bad movie, okay? It kept my interest, it was engaging, Elijah Wood was in it, but we'll get to that, okay? The movie was engaging, right? It wasn't a bad movie, just some of the themes and some of the content was questionable, to say the least. And I am aware, right, that there is just darkness and evil in this world. But come on, man, you can't dwell in the darkness all day. Sometimes you just need a lighthearted kung fu movie instead, right? So I was sort of dreading watching this movie because I felt like I knew what to expect, and it delivered on my expectations, right? My expectations proved to be correct. It was violent, it was dark, it was depressing, bleak, and yeah. So I don't know. Well, okay. I did say Elijah Wood was in this movie, right? And my eyes lit up as big as the fucking ocean and as bright as the sun. Okay, so I love Elijah Wood. He's like my celebrity crush. He's one of my boyfriends besides Jimin and Randy Orton. So I love Elijah Wood in any shape and size. Even if he's playing a cannibalist, right, I'm happy to see him. I especially liked Elijah Wood in this movie because he had sharp claws and ninja-like reflexes, so he could slice people and he could do like backflips and kung fu kicks. So if you give me a ninja kung fu Elijah Wood, that's gonna keep me satisfied. It was a shame though that he was a cannibalist and a murderer and perhaps worse things than that. So Elijah Wood, I was glad that he was in the movie. Sad that they did him dirty and gave him a foul character. I'm glad that they boosted that a little bit by making him a fucking ninja. But I felt like his departure from the movie was a little earlier than I would have personally hoped for. So they grouped the movie basically into like 4 parts, or told from mainly 4 different perspectives. Bruce Willis, I think Mickey Rourke was the second one. I'm not sure of the third one. Maybe it was like Jake Gyllenhaal or something like that. Or I don't know. I don't know what was going on. And then I think it went back to Bruce Willis. I'm not sure if I'm forgetting anyone, but those were the central characters. Also, Rosario Dawson was in this movie. I looked at the credits, right, and I saw Rosario Dawson. I looked at the IMDb, right, I looked at who Rosario Dawson was. I'm kind of movie illiterate, right? I don't know much about culture when it comes to movies and things like that. So when I'd heard the name Rosario Dawson in my life, I always just assumed that that was a man. So I was shocked to find out that Rosario Dawson is actually a beautiful woman. And then I think I might have conflated Arsenio Hall with Rosario Dawson, right? And those are two completely different people. So, interestingly enough, a similar thing happened when I found out Nelly Furtado was a woman, and Nelly and Nelly Furtado were two different people. So that really shook me to my core about 5 or 6 years ago. Let's see, what else can I say about Sin City? I'm trying to think who is my favorite perspective from, right? Who is the best perspective in the movie? Well, again, let me circle back to why watching this movie why suggesting this movie makes you a disgusting pervert, okay? First of all the abundance of tits, not that I support, tits are cool, right? But being not cool when the tits are being taken advantage of, right? Lots of titties being taken advantage of, not what I like to see. Lots of unconsensual sex, not what I like to see. Not lots of and lots of torture, not what I like to see, right? So what the fuck is wrong with you? Okay, freak. Also, Bruce Willis saves a girl at the beginning of the movie when she's 11, and then he gets sent to prison for 8 years, and then at the end of the movie he gets out of prison, and then he goes back to the 19-year-old that he saved, and then they start like making out and stuff like that. So it's just really weird. It's just a weird, uncomfortable movie. Thank God fucking Elijah Wood was in it. Otherwise I might have had to quit. Again, not that it was a bad movie. Just, come on, guy. I think Quentin Tarantino has had a role in this. I think he was like assistant director or some shit. He did something with it. And I know that lots of people think Quentin Tarantino is like the man and all his movies are awesome. But I'm kind of just okay on Quentin Tarantino. He likes just being edgy and like, ooh, like look at me, and saying, so his movies are okay, but I don't think he's the GOAT. I don't even think he's fucking top 7, bruh. Let's see. There's a sequel to this movie that I probably won't be watching. I liked how, the bad guys got what was coming to them. That was good. I think stories in which justice prevails are nice, right? They're rewarding. Even if it's generic, even if that's what always happens, damn it, I like it, Sometimes I like the bad guys winning, like in WWE and things like that. But in Sin City, I definitely did not like the bad guys winning. But even on the protagonist sides, right, all of them in Sin City have kind of a twisted sense of morality. So, yeah, the last 2 movies, Book of Eli and whatever I just watched, Sin City, real violent, gruesome affairs. So maybe next time let's try and review something a little more uplifting, right, and something that maybe perhaps more wholesome. And then maybe we can return to the dark and gritty or something like that. Life is all about balance. But let's try and pick ourselves up by the bootstraps, stop focusing on all the violence and gruesomeness of the world, and start focusing on the live, laugh, and love. Well, thanks for coming. I, as of right now, don't have anything else pressing to say about the movie Sin City. I hope you enjoyed this captivating review. Thank you for stopping by. As always, lots of love from here to eternity. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.